All right, welcome back to Empire of the Sun. I think this will be my last video for turn 8. I again skipped ahead to skipped through over some of the cards that weren't very interesting. Um, I can't remember. No, I can't remember the cards that he played. Basically, what happened was I played the Operation King 2 card. Operation King 2 card. This one. Which has the condition that I have to create a battle hex in the Philippines, and I did that here in Leyte, and I landed the first corps here. And I also landed the 1st Marine Division down here at Tarakan. The idea here is that I'm already beginning to capture his resource hexes with the aim of me, I obviously want to um, cut down his hand size, but not just that, I'm also prepare for an atomic bomb victory should that be needed. Because remember, the atomic bomb victory means that, well, you have to play both Tojo and the Manchuria card, the Soviets invade Manchuria card, and you have to capture or take control of all Japanese resource hexes. You can only leave one. You can leave one standing, but you have to capture all the rest of it. So my thinking at this point is maybe I should just try to do that, and take advantage of my numbers to try to take this out. So basically, what happened was he was able to roll intelligence, and I was able to destroy the Ryujo because I had all this firepower there. One thing that I forgot to do was check around, and he missed it as well. But he did have this. He could have made things very difficult. He could have taken the Yamato, and this is what we call a reaction stack. He could have put this. He could have landed in Leyte, and that would have been tricky because what would have happened is that I would have to land against this thing, and if he rolled anywhere close to a nine, would have a nine would have flipped this because his only defense would have strength, and anything above that would have destroyed it. So even 1.5 or twice a result, 2 times result would have killed the 1st Marine Division, first Army Corps, and would have caused me to lose a political will point. And yeah, I remember how close that is now down there. And that was just careless on my part. I obviously did not have to have all this firepower to go after the Ryujo, but then he didn't see that either. These are, we call them reaction stacks. And I guess you're playing this game and you're still kind of struggling with it and wondering what the strategy is, don't do what I do. Basically, is a good strategy. You want to make sure that as you're landing or stuff like that, that you hunt around a little bit, look around a little bit for a reaction stack. A reaction stack is things like a half a step unit, a 1-step unit, not half a step, a 1-step unit, or a half strength army or whatever, accompanied by a naval unit. Okay, so for instance, this is a reaction stack that I'm showing you. This one is not, because obviously there is a 1-step unit, but there are no naval units there, so at least you don't have to worry about that. Then if you look here, look for other reaction stacks. Let's see. This is not a reaction stack because that's an air unit and not naval. Look up here. Yes, that is a naval unit, but it's a a full strength unit, which would require that you use two ASP, which is not good, which is not okay. This one here doesn't have a naval unit at all. This one here has an air unit stacked with it, so that's not, all this is not. These are not reaction stacks except for this one. So what I should have done is I should have at least sent something to at least pin it, so that it doesn't reinforce this thing. That was careless of me. I didn't see that, but fortunately he didn't either. So at least Leyte is now ours. Okay, so that's done for the Philippines. So now we are doing our landings here. Now we have sort of advanced our strength to the Philippines, and with the view of liberating it Okay, if you look in Manila, there's a full strength 1812 unit here. That's gonna this gonna be tough. We're gonna land a couple of units, probably maybe land a couple of army units here, take it out. But I've the way I will play this a lot is that I've decided I usually just skip. I bypass Luzon and go after Taiwan. The reason I go after Taiwan is that I can actually this is very crucial to creating the blockade because there's a bottleneck here. So in order for me to cut the Japan off from its supplies here in resources here in the CBI or in Dutch East Indies, control of Formosa and Tainan would be very, very important to try to control this area and cut that off. Eventually, we need to go to Korea and take over there because we want to cut these two off, these two resources here from getting to Taiwan. So we need to Japan. So we need to get an air unit or carrier unit in Busan or something like that there. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Um, we have all this carrier strength here. We took a mauling before, but that's okay. Actually, we're so strong right now, we still have this. And the funny thing is, we actually still have a lot of these light carriers. Look at that. We have 3 here and 1 here, and there's another 4 carriers there. It's essentially doing nothing. It's not doing anything there because it's we just have so much of it. We don't have enough cards to activate all these ships. So that's where we are, and I think this will be the last video for turn 8 because we he doesn't have any more cards. The Japanese don't have any more cards. He put a card in the future offensive. We have our last card to put in the future offensive, and it's just our China offensive card. I'm going to put that in future offensive, just to have for the future turns. The 2 point card would be good. So that's where we are right now. All right. So next turn, next time we see each other or hear from each other, it'll be turn 9. All right. Okay. So thank you very much. See you then.